Stop scrolling because what just went down on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is the kind of scandal that has the entire internet in a chokehold. Kendra didn't just clap back at Jasmine with words, she attacked her, turning a tense confrontation into a full-blown reality TV brawl. The cameras were rolling, the cast was stunned. And before anyone could process the chaos, Rasheeda walked out in tears, humiliated and broken in front of millions. This wasn't just drama, this was heartbreak, betrayal, and raw emotion exploding live for the world to see. And the wildest part? Insiders are whispering this attack was only the beginning, that even more secrets and footage are waiting to drop. If you thought you'd seen it all on Love and Hip Hop, buckle up. Because this fight might just destroy friendships, marriages, and reputations forever. To really understand the chaos that exploded when Kendra attacked Jasmine and Rasheeda walked out in tears. You've got to rewind the messy history that led us here. Because this wasn't just some random fight, no. This was years of betrayal, jealousy, simmering tension, and unfinished business boiling over on camera. And if you've been following Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, you know the Frosts, the Harrises, and the rest of the cast never needed much to light the match. Let's start with Kirk Frost. At this point, his reputation for scandal is practically a franchise of its own. Every season, every reunion, somehow his name gets dragged back into the headlines for cheating, secret kids, or shady business. And yet through it all, Rasheeda, the definition of ride or die, has stood by his side. Fans have begged her to walk away, begged her to choose herself over humiliation. But instead, she's turned her pain into storyline after storyline. People say Kirk is addicted to side chicks the way some rappers are addicted to autotune. And Jasmine has been the center of that storm for years. Ah, yes. Jasmine Washington, the name that has haunted Rasheeda since the infamous baby storyline shook the show years ago. Jasmine became the face of betrayal, the other woman etched into Love and Hip Hop history. Every time her name comes up, you can almost feel the audience roll their eyes, like, here we go again. But messy TV loves a familiar villain. And Jasmine has never failed to deliver the chaos. So when word hit the streets that Mendices Harris, who was supposed to be keeping his nose clean after all his own drama, leaked a secret video of Kirk and Jasmine together, the internet damn near combusted. Think about that for a second. It wasn't Jasmine who exposed it, and it wasn't some random fan with a cell phone. It was Mendices, a man with his own messy track record who decided to play whistleblower. Suddenly, all eyes were back on Kirk, Jasmine, and Rasheeda. And if history told us anything, this wouldn't just stay between them. The fallout was guaranteed to spread across the entire cast. Enter Kendra. Now, Kendra has always been a wild card. Fierce, outspoken, and never afraid to get physical if she feels disrespected. She's been tied into drama before, but this time, she made herself the headline. Because instead of directing her anger at Kirk for cheating or Jasmine for being Jasmine, Kendra zeroed in on Yandy. Fans were confused at first. Why Yandy? Why not the actual people in the video? But those who know the deeper tea weren't surprised. Behind the scenes, Kendra and Yandy have never been besties. Tension has been bubbling for months. Whispers of shady business deals gone wrong. Jealous side comments and accusations that Yandy talks slick behind Kendra's back. So when this scandal broke, Kendra saw an opportunity. Rather than fight the same old battle with Kirk and Jasmine, she went straight for Yandy, as if Yandy was the face of everything she hated about this situation. And poor Rasheeda, the woman, always left holding the bag of humiliation. Imagine watching a new cheating tape of your husband with the same woman who has already embarrassed you on national television, while your castmates throw hands around you. According to insiders, Rasheeda tried to hold it together. But when the brawl escalated and the cameras zoomed in, she couldn't take it anymore. She walked out in tears, the ultimate image of defeat and heartbreak. While everyone else fed the flames of the chaos, the producers, they were eating this up like it was a Thanksgiving feast. This is the kind of content VH1 dreams of. Leaked videos, explosive fights, walkouts, and a social media storm ready to go viral. By the time the footage aired, hashtags were already trending. Memes of Kirk's bald head shining under bad camera lighting, Jasmine being dragged as the forever side chick, and Kendra lunging at Yandi with WWE. Commentary in the background had taken over Twitter and TikTok, but the craziest part is this. Insiders claim this is only the tip of the iceberg. Word on the street is Mendices has more footage, more late-night hotel receipts, more incriminating evidence, maybe even proof of financial dirt tied to Kirk's businesses. If that's true, then this fight between Kendra and Yandi isn't just about jealousy, it's about power. About who controls the narrative, who holds the receipts, and who's about to get exposed next. So when fans saw Kendra attack Jasmine and Rasheeda walk out crying, it wasn't just a fight. It was the explosion of years of cheating scandals, broken trust, cast feuds, and shady alliances. And the whispers of more leaks to come are why this scandal feels less like a fight and more like a ticking time bomb. If Part 2 set the stage for this chaos, Part 3 is where the powder keg finally exploded. Because the drama didn't just stop with a leaked video and whispers of betrayal, it escalated into a full-on war. With Kendra, Jasmine, Yandi, and Rasheeda caught in the crossfire. And the first twist. It didn't come from who you'd expect. Let's rewind to the moment the leaked footage dropped. Mendices had apparently been sitting on this clip for months, maybe even longer. Sources claim he kept it tucked away like ammunition, waiting for the perfect time to fire. And when he finally did, he didn't just whisper it in private. He dropped it loud and clear, like a bomb in the middle of the cast's lives. The footage itself was grainy, almost like it was recorded on a burner phone from the early 2000s, but nobody needed 4K Ultra HD to recognize Kirk Frost. His bald head gleamed under the low light like a disco ball, impossible to miss. And next to him, Jasmine, front and center, moving in ways that left absolutely no doubt about what was happening. The second the clip surfaced, social media went wild. Twitter threads were blowing up with captions like, "Not Kirk again," "Rasheeda deserves better," and "Jasmine, sis. At this point, you need a new storyline." The memes. Brutal. Somebody looped the footage over Usher's Confessions Part 2, and it racked up hundreds of thousands of views in a day. Another fan added WWE commentary over Kendra's eventual attack on Yandi, complete with Jim Ross yelling, "Oh my God, she's broken in half." But let's focus on the immediate fallout. Because when that video leaked, Kendra lost it. She didn't just get mad, she went into full attack mode. And here's where the twist hit. Instead of going after Kirk, the man at the center of the scandal, or Jasmine, the woman starring alongside him, Kendra redirected her fury straight at Yandi. Now, fans were confused. Why Yandi? Was the question plastered all over the comments? Why not drag Kirk through the mud? Why not confront Jasmine directly? But insiders explained that this wasn't just about the video. Kendra had been waiting for a moment to explode on Yandi. And this scandal gave her the excuse. Remember? The tension between Kendra and Yandi had been building behind the scenes for months. Rumors of business deals gone sour. Whispers of jealousy and shady social media subtweets had been bubbling quietly. Kendra allegedly felt Yandi was fake, smiling to her face while throwing shade behind her back. The image of Rasheeda walking away, mascara streaking, became the moment of the season. Fans flooded social media with sympathy. "Sis, enough is enough. Leave Kirk," wrote one. "Rasheeda deserves peace. Not this circus," another added. But not everyone was kind. Some critics accused her of cloud chasing, of turning every humiliation into another storyline to keep her check steady. Either way, the walkout became a defining moment. And it wasn't even the last twist of the night. Because here's where the story gets darker. While the fight raged and Rasheeda crumbled, insiders whispered that Mendices wasn't done. The leaked footage of Kirk and Jasmine, that was just the appetizer. Allegedly, he has an entire folder of Kirk's late-night escapades, hotel receipts, Uber driver statements, maybe even more video clips. One rumor claimed there's footage of Kirk sneaking out of a hotel at 3 a.m. with a mystery woman. Spoiler alert, it wasn't Rasheeda. Why would Mendices leak this in the first place? That's the million-dollar question. Some say it was revenge, a long-simmering beef between him and Kirk over money. Apparently, Kirk borrowed a large sum for a business investment that mysteriously vanished. When Mendices tried to get his money back, Kirk allegedly played dumb. This leak, some insiders say, was payback. Others think it's clout. Mendices hasn't exactly been the center of attention in recent seasons. By leaking this footage, he not only inserted himself back into the narrative, he made himself the puppet master of the biggest scandal of the season. As one fan tweeted, Mendices really said, "If I can't be the hero, I'll be the villain." Whatever his motive, one thing is clear. The first twist of this saga isn't just the fight. It's the revelation that the fight itself might be just the beginning. Because if Mendices is really sitting on a folder full of Kirk's dirt, then everyone involved, Kirk, Jasmine, Rasheeda, Kendra, and even Yandi, is at risk of being dragged into the next round of chaos. The cameras may have captured Kendra attacking Jasmine, Yandi defending herself, and Rasheeda walking out in tears. But behind those cameras, a storm was brewing. A storm of leaked receipts, unfinished feuds, and looming betrayals that could tear the cast apart. And as messy as this fight was, insiders warn it's only the first domino to fall. If you thought the leaked video and Kendra's sudden attack were the peak of the chaos, oh no, that was just the warm-up. Because the situation escalated in ways even the producers couldn't have scripted. And the shocking reveals that followed flipped this entire scandal on its head. The fight between Kendra and Yandi was messy enough, but the aftermath made it 10 times worse. Cameras kept rolling, cast members scrambled to intervene, and the audience watching at home couldn't believe what they were seeing. VH1 executives probably had dollar signs in their eyes. But for the people involved, it was nothing short of a nightmare. Let's break it down. After Rasheeda stormed out in tears, the room went silent for a split second. But that silence didn't last. Jasmine, sitting back with that smug smirk fans know all too well, allegedly muttered something under her breath. Sources claim she said, "Same story, different season," referring to Rasheeda once again leaving humiliated by Kirk's cheating. And let me tell you, those words hit the room like a second grenade. Kendra, still heated from her clash with Yandi, turned her rage toward Jasmine. Witnesses say she lunged again, this time pointing her finger in Jasmine's face, shouting that she was a homewrecker who thrives on destroying families. Jasmine, never one to stay quiet, snapped back, yelling that Kendra should mind her own man before worrying about somebody else's. The back and forth was so explosive, producers had to step in again, dragging both women to opposite sides of the set. And then, just when fans thought the night couldn't get any wilder, Mendices himself decided to speak. Yes, the same man who leaked the video in the first place suddenly stepped out from the shadows with his own on-camera confession. According to insiders, he looked dead at Kirk and said, "Don't act like you don't know what else I got." That was just the preview. The entire room gasped. Imagine Kirk's face red, sweating, scrambling for words while Jasmine avoided eye contact. This was the shocking reveal that set the internet ablaze. Mendices wasn't just sitting on one tape. He allegedly has an entire archive of dirt, hotel footage, receipts, even voice recordings of Kirk bragging about his escapades. And to make things worse, insiders claim some of that dirt doesn't just involve Jasmine. Rumors are swirling that other names from the cast, yes, other women might be tied up in these tapes. Twitter wasted no time with theories. One viral thread claimed there's footage of Kirk with a mystery woman in Miami. Another speculated he funneled joint business money into secret meets. Fans started piecing together timelines, pointing to nights Kirk was on business trips that lined up with Jasmine's suspicious social media posts. The conspiracy boards lit up like it was a true crime case. And Kirk Frost was the #1 suspect. Meanwhile, poor Rasheeda. Sources say she locked herself in her dressing room, refusing to come back out. Allegedly, producers begged her to return, promising they'd cut certain footage if it got too messy. But Rasheeda was done. Through tears, she told crew members she couldn't take being humiliated again. Not on national TV. Not by the same man and not with the same woman. For fans, it was heartbreaking but also frustrating. Many asked, how much more can she take before she finally leaves him? And then came the next bombshell. Money. Word started spreading that Kirk had been using joint business accounts, funds tied to him and Rasheeda's ventures to bankroll these shady encounters. We're talking thousands on hotel stays, spa days, fine dining. Even an unexplained spa retreat in Miami that looked suspiciously like a romantic getaway. If true, that means Rasheeda wasn't just humiliated emotionally, she may have unknowingly financed her own heartbreak. Fans on Instagram were ruthless. Comments flooded Rasheeda's page with messages like, "Sis, you're paying for his side chicks now? And this isn't loyalty anymore. It's self-sabotage." Memes popped up with captions like, "Kirk Frost, the only man who cheats with your money and makes you cry about it." Brutal. But it captured the mood perfectly. And here's where the shocking reveal got even darker. Insiders whispered that the IRS has taken an interest in Kirk's finances. If those business expenses tied to Jasmine really exist, they're not just embarrassing, they could be criminal. Imagine going down not because you cheated, but because you tried to write off champagne and hotel rooms as company expenses. That's next level messy. But while Kirk was spiraling, Jasmine was quietly flipping the script. According to whispers, she's been bragging in private that she's untouchable because the producers will never let her go. She knows her name keeps the ratings high, and as long as she stays in the mix, her spot on the show is secure. One alleged DM leak even showed Jasmine telling a friend, "Rasheeda might cry, but I'll always collect a check if that's real." It's not just disrespectful, it's cold-blooded. And what about Kendra? Instead of cooling down after attacking Yandi, she doubled down. Sources say she was bragging in group chats after the fight, claiming she had to check Yandi because she always acts holier than thou. Yandi, in classic fashion, clapped back with subliminal Instagram stories, Bible verses, inspirational quotes, captions like, "Some people need prayer, not attention." Fans instantly knew the shade was directed at Kendra. And the back and forth only added fuel to the fire. Social media, of course, turned all of this into a circus. TikTok edits paired Jasmine and Kirk's leaked footage with Usher's "These Are My Confessions." Twitter threads debated whether Kendra was right to attack Yandi or just messy. Instagram was flooded with memes of Rasheeda crying alongside captions like, "Here we go again." Even celebrities chimed in. One fake tweet circulating claimed Cardi B said, "Kirk Frost stay, embarrassing Rasheeda. Couldn't be me though." Whether she actually said it or not, people believed it because it felt true. And here's the cliffhanger from part 4. Mendices allegedly isn't finished. After dropping the first tape and hinting at more, he supposedly told cast members backstage, "Don't make me leak the real one." This ain't even the craziest clip. Imagine the tension, everyone looking around, wondering what else he has, who else might be involved, and how deep this rabbit hole really goes. At this point, the fight wasn't just about Kirk and Jasmine anymore. It wasn't just about Rasheeda's tears or Kendra's attack. It was about secrets that could ruin reputations, break marriages, and maybe even bring legal heat down on the cast. And if Mendices is really sitting on a folder full of receipts, then what we've seen so far is only the beginning. The moment the episode aired and clips of the fight hit the internet, the reaction was instant, explosive, and relentless. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta fans are no strangers to chaos. But this was different. This was scandal wrapped in betrayal, drenched in humiliation, and served up with a side of receipts. And the public from Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok turned into digital battlegrounds. Within minutes, hashtags like #Kendra attacks Jasmine, #Pray for Rasheeda, and #Messy Mendices shot to the top of the trends. TikTok edits flooded the app. Fans spliced together Rasheeda's walkout with sad R&B music, overlaid Jasmine's smirk with villain theme songs, and remixed Kendra's attack into WWE highlight reels. One viral edit added dramatic Mortal Kombat graphics with Finish Her. As Kendra lunged at Yandi, it racked up millions of views in a single day. On Instagram, the memes were merciless. Side-by-side screenshots of Rasheeda crying in past seasons were paired with captions like, "History repeats itself." Kirk's bald head became a meme of its own, glowing brighter than a ring light under the grainy, leaked footage. Jasmine wasn't spared either. Fans dragged her for being the side chick that refuses to graduate. With one savage post reading, "At this point, Jasmine's LinkedIn should just say, professional homewrecker, VH1 season regular." But the fan reactions weren't just jokes. There were debates. Instagram lives popped up left and right, with fans splitting into camps. Team Kendra defended her outburst, claiming she was standing up against years of Yandi's fake saint persona. Team Yandi fired back, saying Kendra embarrassed herself by going after the wrong person and proving she's too pressed. And then there were the voices pleading for Rasheeda to finally walk away from Kirk, calling her the most loyal fool in reality TV history. The celebrity reactions poured gasoline on the fire. Cardi B allegedly tweeted, "Kirk Frost, stay embarrassing Rasheeda." Couldn't be me, though. Whether she typed it or not, fans screenshotted it into legend. Snoop Dogg posted an Instagram story of Jasmine with clown emojis covering her face. Tamer. Braxton, already no stranger to drama herself, was spotted liking shady posts that hinted Jasmine was messy on purpose. Even LeBron James supposedly liked a viral clip of Rasheeda's tearful walkout, which only added fuel to the everybody's watching frenzy. But the industry response, that's where things got really interesting. VH1 producers were allegedly thrilled. According to whispers, executives called this one of the most valuable scandals in love and hip-hop history. Think about it. They got a leaked sex scandal, a physical fight, a tearful walkout, and the promise of more receipts still to come. That's a whole season arc handed to them on a silver platter. Rumor has it they immediately started cutting trailers for the next episodes with taglines like "Secrets, Scandals." Shattered friendships this season changes everything. But not everyone was celebrating. Sponsors reportedly raised eyebrows. Some brands that had partnerships with cast members were allegedly considering pulling out, worried about being tied to infidelity scandals, violence, and financial fraud whispers. One insider claimed the drama makes good TV, but it makes bad business. If that's true, the fallout could hit the cast where it really hurts, their bank accounts. Meanwhile, blogs and gossip outlets feasted on the drama. The Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, and Gossip of the City all plastered clips of the fight across their feeds. Headlines screamed, "Kendra swings on Yandi as Rasheeda crumbles," and Mendices leaks shocking Kirk video. More to come? YouTube bloggers went live for hours, dissecting every detail, every frame of the footage, every smirk, every tear. Even mainstream outlets picked it up. BET ran a piece titled "Love and Hip Hop's Most Explosive Scandal Yet," while Rolling Stone questioned whether reality TV had gone too far. CNN didn't touch the story directly, but social media users joked that Rasheeda deserves a special report. The scandal wasn't just TV drama anymore, it was a cultural moment. And the whispers from inside the cast only made the reactions more intense. Allegedly, Rasheeda has been in talks with producers about a spin-off series tentatively titled Breaking Free, where she documents life beyond Kirk. Fans immediately rallied behind the idea, calling it her redemption arc. But skeptics weren't buying it. One top comment read, "She ain't leaving Kirk. She leaving for ratings." Kendra, on the other hand, leaned into the mess. After the episode aired, she allegedly reposted shady memes about Yandi, practically bragging about the fight. Fans were divided. Some loved her boldness, others thought it made her look desperate. Yandi clapped back with her usual subliminal posts, inspirational quotes, Bible verses, and captions like, "Some people want to be seen. Some of us just want peace." Her fans praised her poise, while Kendra's fans called her passive-aggressive and Jasmine. She played it cool. Too cool. While the internet dragged her as the forever side chick, she stayed quiet, posting selfies and cryptic captions like, "Can't stop what's meant for me." That silence only made fans angrier, sparking conspiracy theories that Jasmine thrives off the attention and knows producers will never cut her as long as she's the face of Kirk's scandals. But the most jaw-dropping reaction came from fans speculating about Mendices. Was he the villain orchestrating this chaos? Or was he the unlikely truth-teller exposing Kirk's lies? Some praised him for keeping it real, while others dragged him for being messy for clout. One viral tweet summed it up. Mendices didn't just drop receipts. He opened a whole filing cabinet, and here's where the reactions turned from entertainment to real consequences. Rumors started swirling that legal teams are now involved. Allegedly, Rasheeda has consulted lawyers not only about divorce, but also about suing over the leaked footage. The words defamation, invasion of privacy, and even IRS investigations started popping up in conversations. And Kendra, she was still doubling down, teasing in interviews that the fight with Yandi was just the beginning and that people had no idea what she knew. That one comment alone set off a new wave of speculation. Did Kendra have her own stash of receipts? Was she sitting on information about Yandi, Jasmine, or even Mendices? The thought that yet another cast member might be holding secrets ready to drop made fans even more desperate for the next episode. But the biggest twist of all came from Mendices himself. After staying quiet for weeks, he allegedly popped back online and dropped a cryptic message. Y'all ain't even seen the half of it. Just 7 words. But enough to send the internet into chaos. Was he bluffing? Was he sitting on even more damning footage? Or was he just stirring the pot to keep his name trending? Nobody knew for sure. But everyone agreed on one thing. The saga was far from over. And that's where the cliffhanger leaves us. With Rasheeda walking out in tears, Kirk facing not just humiliation, but possible legal heat. Jasmine still smirking in the shadows. Kendra and Yandi locked in their own war. And Mendices threatening to drop the real bombshell. This scandal has transformed from messy TV into something much bigger. Friendships, marriages, reputations, and even livelihoods are on the line. So now the question isn't just whether Rasheeda will finally leave Kirk, or whether Jasmine will ever let go of the Frost storyline. The question is, who's holding the deadliest receipts, and when will they drop? Because when they do, the fallout won't just shake Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It could end entire careers. And there you have it. The night Love and Hip Hop Atlanta turned into an all-out war. From Kendra attacking Jasmine to Rasheeda's heartbreaking walkout. From Mendices leaking tapes to whispers of IRS investigations. This scandal has everything. Betrayal, receipts, and the kind of messy drama that keeps fans glued to the screen. But now it's your turn, because this story isn't finished without you. Do you think Rasheeda should finally pack her bags and leave Kirk for good? Was Kendra justified in her attack, or did she just make herself look desperate? And what about Mendices? Is he the ultimate villain, or the truth teller the cast needed? Drop your theories in the comments, because trust me, the debate is hotter than the fight itself. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell, because the next leak, you don't want to miss it.